If you're thinking about moving to Knoxville, or even just buying here, you'll hear a lot about what's popular right now.
The hot neighborhoods, the fast-growing areas, and the places that everyone is talking about. But what helps you make smarter decisions isn't just knowing where Knoxville is today.
It's understanding how it got here. Because when you see the patterns that shaped the city over the last 10 years, you get a much clearer picture of where it's likely headed next and where long-term value tends to form.
So let's rewind and see how Knoxville's really changed. About 10 years ago, Knoxville was growing in a very different way than we see today.
West Knoxville was already one of the most established parts of the city, with places like Hardin Valley and Farragut expanding rapidly with new development, like here.
Infrastructure often followed new development instead of leading it. Roads were widened after neighborhoods were being built, not before it.
Walkability and mixed-use planning were far less common, with most development focused on single-use subdivisions. Economically, Knoxville was still very much a regional city. The University of Tennessee and healthcare systems anchored the market.
But Knoxville is not yet a destination for national relocations or at-home workers.
That's showcased in real estate. Demand was steady and mostly local. Home values appreciated at a predictable pace, although they lag behind the U.S. national average. Buyers prioritized practicality and lifestyle needs over competition from out-of-market buyers.
Knoxville wasn't quiet, but it wasn't yet on the national radar either.
So, what's changed?
One of the biggest changes was how infrastructure started aligning with growth instead of chasing it.
Major changes, especially in West Knoxville, helped define where development could realistically and sustainably happen.
At the same time, the buyer pool changed. Remote work and affordability attracted buyers from higher-cost cities.
Knoxville's quality of life, pricing, and livability made it a real draw. Developers adjusted. Instead of just endless sprawl, we started seeing more townhomes and higher density housing. Walkable neighborhoods gained appeal, and investments in downtown and southern Knoxville accelerated. The market became more competitive. Pricing became more sensitive, and certain areas began to separate themselves from others. Knoxville didn't explode overnight, but the groundwork was quietly laid.
Fast forward to today, and the growth looks very different. Rather than expanding endlessly outward, the city is focusing on redevelopment and refining of existing areas.
Open land in key markets, especially West Knoxville, is limited. Growth now favors locations where infrastructure already exists and performs well.
Zoning is tighter and projects face more scrutiny. There's less room for speculation and more pressure to make development more intentional. And that tells us a lot about what's coming next.
The next phase of Knoxville's growth is about selective refinement. More redevelopment than raw expansion. More value concentrated in established corridors, and more emphasis on infrastructure-supported growth and future limited supply.
Knoxville's becoming less of a where do we build next market and more of a where does it make sense to improve market.
For buyers, this matters more than most people realize. Chasing what's newest or most talked about is often the weaker long-term strategy. Some of the strongest opportunities are in neighborhoods where infrastructure is mature, and resale opportunities stay consistent.
Think Sequoia Hills and Bearden, communities built to last, not just to flip.
They say history exists so we don't repeat mistakes. Real estate works the same way.
If you understood how Knoxville grew, you don't have to guess where it's going.
You make smarter moves from the start.